Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have to apologize if anyone did go looking for my book for free on Kindle. It is not free. I apologize again. I made a misstep there and ended up putting it on a discount. It's $1.99 on Kindle right now. I will put out a free book as soon as they let me. They wouldn't let me run a free book now. I think it's probably because I accidentally clicked on discount instead of free. So again, like I said, this is all new to me. And I'm going to make some missteps along the way. Live and learn. And so if you want to get my book, I will leave a link in the description. It is called The Wanderer. And we'll dive into this video here today, which is going to be great because, hey, look, we got a article here from DCinquirer.com. The cartel will own every inch of the border as up to 16,000 migrants per day expected as Biden border crisis worsens. Oh, yeah. I mean, nobody saw this coming, right? There was no way we could have known that there was going to be a crisis at the border if Biden just signed off executive orders canceling everything that Trump put into place to keep the border secure. I don't know. I mean, who would have thought that? Biden did sign executive orders right as soon as he got in office to cause this situation to happen. So, thank you for stopping by my channel. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed because YouTube does unsubscribe people every single day. We'll get back into what we're talking about here. Now, there is a big push to get more and more people coming into the country, it seems like, in the last 2 years. And what I say is, hey, it's done. We cannot be doing this anymore. We have to stop immigration. And is this woke? Okay, well, there seems to be there's two different schools of thought on this situation. One is that the Democrats are letting in people who are not white because they will then vote for Democrats. And that's a possibility. I think that the Democrats are letting in people who are not white because they're woke. We see this, Biden's administration is incredibly woke. I mean, they're pushing the transgender. They want to allow teachers in public schools, give them the ability to socially transition your child and give access to medical transitioning children. They want to give the teachers the ability to kind of show the students where they can get medical transition without informing the parents. That's insane. Like the Biden administration has come out and said that they're pushing LGBTQ, that's going to be a part of their administration, that everybody should have LGBTQ all over the place in all of the businesses. And it's like, this is never an issue. We always employ people based on their ability. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, well, the LGBTQ people are suffering, so why is that? Oh, it's because people aren't employing them. Are you sure about that? But anyway, I'm starting to digress. The point I'm making is that this administration, especially, is extremely woke. And I think that this is an attempted erasure of the white race in this country, that they want to bring in as many non-whites as possible to offset the white population, to lower the white population, to essentially push the white population out of the country. And we're seeing this happen. We got passport bros. People are leaving the country even. People are going so far as to leave the United States to go to Asian countries, to go to European countries, to go to South American countries, Central American countries. And it seems like this is increasing. This percentage of people doing this is increasing. I don't know if it is, but this is just what I have seen. It's probably a combination of both things, that the Democrats want these voters, and then the woke, of course, want to offset the white race. The notion that white people are evil just because they're white is ridiculous. I found this chart here. It was the only thing I could find. It took me a while to find. And I don't think it's very accurate. According to this chart, white people are about 20% of the population. It says Caucasian white. White people are not Caucasian. I mean, they are Caucasian. Let me put it this way. Caucasian people are not white. White is a subset of Caucasian. They have over here Middle Eastern Indian. These people are also Caucasian. Okay? I don't understand why this is a stupid chart. I don't think it's accurate. But let's just go with it for right now because we know that the white people are not the majority population in the world. Any person can reasonably make that assumption. Considering most of the world's population, 60% of it, is in Eastern Asia. So not a whole lot of white people come out of Eastern Asia. But yeah, white people are a minority worldwide. That's the point I'm making. But yet they're blamed for all the world's problems, even though white people have done more to make the world a happy place to live than any other race. I don't know what to tell you about that. That's just history. I'm not saying that it makes white people inherently better. That's just how things have shaken out so far. I do want to take a look at some videos here. We have a couple of videos regarding this. immigration crisis.
Protest today in the largest sanctuary city in the country. Parents and communities pushing back against the plan to house asylum seekers at schools. While some parents understand that people coming from the border need to go somewhere, they say they shouldn't be impacting their kids.
Really? Well, how are you going to do that? How are you going to have people flood into the country, millions of people every year, and it doesn't impact your children? That's impressive. But of course, I mean, these are the same people who probably vote for this stuff to happen anyway.
Witness News reporter Janice Yu live in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, where parents are already gathering there this morning. Janice, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. So parents of PS 172 say the decision to house migrants in that standalone gym creates not only logistical problems, but also, of course, creates safety problems for the 500 or so students who attend the school. And
but it's not safety problems to allow millions of people to flood into the country unchecked, unvetted, with a different sense of what culture should be, with a different sense of what economics should be, with antithetical views that are potentially criminals of varying sorts. That doesn't create a safety hazard. Let's bring the asylum seekers, the migrants, the immigrants, the illegals here to the United States. But no. You put them into the schools. That's a step too far. How dare you? You house them in the school. That's not right. That's hurting our children in some way. But nothing else has harmed our children in this whole process. These people. By the way, this is, if you haven't figured it out yet, this is happening in New York City. New York City, in Brooklyn in this case, is forcing schools to house migrants in some gymnasiums. Some school gymnasium.
Like, as you mentioned, there are protesters, there are parents out here even at this hour. They are holding signs, sitting, and they just want to be here to make sure that everyone knows that they don't think this is a good decision. Now, the gym, which is detached from the school, has been undergoing renovations for years, and it actually only opened back up to students last September. And parents say it's not clear where the kids will be having gym class. They also say there's a fifth grade prom that's expected to happen next month in the gym. They don't know what.
Fifth grade prom now? What the hell is this? Fifth graders having prom. Well, I don't think they're going to be having it there at the gymnasium. They might have a lot of chaperones in that gymnasium.
What's going to happen with that? Well, parents tell us they were notified on Sunday by Brooklyn District 15 Superintendent about this decision. PS 172 is now one of 6 schools in the city that have been designated as emergency shelter locations, including a school in Coney Island, Crown Heights, and 3 in Williamsburg. Now, in a letter obtained by Eyewitness News, the PS 172 school officials promised parents that migrant individuals and families would be confined to the gym and that they will not be impacting school operations.
Okay, I don't see how that's going to be possible. And you are going to get a criminal element, most likely, in the situation. The odds are you're going to. I mean, what percentage of the population can you say is criminal? I don't know what that percentage is. I'm not going to speculate on it. But I'm sure that it's going to be a high enough percentage that odds are there's going to be a criminal at least in one of these gyms, and that at least one of these gymnasiums is going to have an issue involving the children at the school. It might not be a very big issue, but still going to be something. This is not a problem if you don't allow people to come here, which we should just stop altogether. And you might be saying, you're a hypocrite because your wife immigrated here. Yes, my wife is an immigrant. But you know what? Go back 10 years and cancel all immigration to this country. I would not have met my wife. My life would have gone on. That's tragic, obviously. My life is much better with her than it is without her, but I would have survived. That's the price you pay. You can't get everything you want out of life. Now, it's gone far enough at this point in our history. Fast forward 10 years to 2023. This is ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. This is what we see in the news, and of course, it gets clicks. We're talking about this right now. We're looking at this right now. This issue is only going to continue to get worse unless and until we solve it. And it's really easy to solve. Really easy to solve this problem. But nope, we won't do it. It might hurt somebody's sensibilities if we did it.
But some parents just don't see it that way.
Why don't they put them in Gracie Mansion? You're looking someplace to put them? Put them in the people who are elected, who put this in place. Put them in their backyards.
This lady is awesome. Look at how based she is. She's like, yeah, we're electing these politicians who are screwing us over, and they should be the ones taking care of it. And she's about to say something here at the end that's really good.
Because you've dumped on us long enough.
Obviously, these folks need some place to go, but the idea that our kids could lose out on their gymnasium is kind of appalling.
No, these people do not need a place to go. They can stay in their homeland. They can stay in their home country. This is going to be the battle cry. If you're on my side of this argument, you have to stand besides the belief that, look, this has to end. Stay in your own country. Do not come to the United States. Stay in your own country. These people are running away from poverty. That's terrible. I'm sorry that you live in those conditions, but you're not running away from war. You're running away from poverty. You're not running away from gangs. You're running away from poverty. The mayor of New York says nothing is off the table as we work to fill our moral mandate, but we should all expect this crisis to affect every city service. Just what you want to hear when you're living in a city, that your services that you pay your hard-earned tax dollars for are going to be impacted by a bunch of people who've never paid a dime to this country, by a bunch of people who potentially are coming here to commit criminal activities. We saw that the cartels are going to own every inch of the border. They're going to run every inch of the border. By a bunch of people who want to come here and hurt this country, by a bunch of people who want to come here and hurt our citizens. I'm not saying that all of them want to do that, but there's likely to be people in this batch that are going into these schools that fit the description I just gave.
Now, it is worth noting that every gym that is being used as an emergency shelter at these schools, they are all standalone gyms.
That makes it better. They're all standalone gyms. They don't have access to the actual school, the actual building that where the kids are learning. That makes it okay. Nobody's able to get inside the building from the gymnasium because they can't walk across the playground. It's like lava, right? Remember when you were a kid and you used to play lava, the floor's lava? That's what's going on there at that playground. So I'm going to end that there. I also want to take a look at this other little video here.
We support asylum seekers not on school grounds. We support asylum seekers not on school.
So they're saying we support asylum seekers but not on school property. No, you guys are all idiots. These are children, of course, so their opinion doesn't matter. Not from a legal point of view, really. They don't get to vote. They're out here protesting the placing of these asylum seekers. They're not asylum seekers, mind you, but the placing of these illegal immigrants, these immigrants, the protesting the placing of them on their campus. The thing is you need to just stand against this entirely, because where are we going to put these people? Where do these people go? You know where they go. They go everywhere, right? Once you let them in the country, they're going to spread out. They're going to go everywhere. They're going to be everywhere. But, no, not on the school campus, though. That's the one place. No, you can't go on the school campus. No. It's supposed to be a temporary housing until they can find places for these people to live. The places for these people to live is back in their home country. No ifs, ands, or buts. End the border problem right now by shutting it down, period.
We support asylum seekers not on school grounds. You support asylum.
There's that. By the way, back here to the article. If you think that the cartels are not in the United States, they are. They're here. And they're here to stay. We could get rid of them. We could hunt them down and get rid of them. We could. But it would involve closing the border entirely. And when I say close the border entirely, I mean we have to stop trade with Mexico. We cannot allow anybody to fly into the United States from Mexico. If they're a citizen of Mexico, a resident of Mexico, we can't allow them. I'm sorry, this just has to be ended right now. Trade with these countries has to end. And you might be saying, well, that's going to hurt our country. Well, hey, we were doing pretty damn good before we had all these international trade agreements. The United States was still a great country. It was still the best country to live in the entire world. Things changed last century with the world wars and stuff. We started saying how we couldn't just isolate ourselves. We had to be a world actor. You want to get rid of white people? Eventually I'm going to die and I won't care anymore. I won't have any feelings anymore at that point, right? If you think I'm going to heaven or hell, well, if I'm in heaven, I'm probably feeling only good things. If I'm in hell, I'm probably only worried about that situation at that time. But we're creating hell here on earth. And this is one of the things that's doing it. I wish there was more that I could do. But I don't see anything that speak out against this. Vote for the people who are against this. Vote people into office who want to stop this. And as I've been saying this whole time, there's a criminal element amongst this here. We have also from the DC Inquirer, 5 suspected terrorists on FBI watch list captured in Arizona near Mexico border. One of these people was from Afghanistan. So it's not just people coming from Hispanic countries, Latin America, whatever you want to say. These people come from all over the world and walk across the border, the southern border of the United States. Why? Why are terrorists coming here? Maybe these terrorists are just coming here because they just want to make extra bucks, right? That's what most of these people want. They want to make some money. A lot of them want to make enough money that they can go back to their home country and retire and live well off the money they made in the United States, because the dollar goes a lot farther in other countries. My wife's country, the dollar's 30 times what it is here in the United States. It was crazy. I go there, I see a candy bar. What would cost $1 here, it costs like 10 cents there. How come it's $1 in the United States? It's only 10 cents. And anyway, well, our lives are changing for the worse, right? The United States used to be a beacon. It used to be the shining castle on the hill. It's no longer. There are countries in Europe that have a higher standard of living on average than the United States. It's because of wokeness. Wokeness, it says women should be in power, men should step back. It says whites should not be in power. We should allow people that don't even like whites, don't even like the country that they're coming to come to this country and to do whatever it is they want to do, push their own ideas, their own agenda on the populace here. And before you say, oh, they're not doing that, it doesn't matter if they're doing it. Our government is doing it for them. They're getting rights, they're getting privileges that normally only citizens are supposed to get. And there's rights and privileges that are being pushed. You know, we should give them to illegals. So we should allow illegals to vote. Like, we should allow non-citizens to vote. No. So, anyway, if you think this is as ridiculous as I do, please comment below and let me know in what ways you think it's ridiculous. Let me know your own experiences with, hey, the border and illegal immigration. And that's all I got for this time. I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.